So turns out HBO might actually have something here, and it showed in the first 30 to 40 minutes of the first episode of The Last of Us. So if we go back a couple of years, The Last of Us video game was riding a crazy momentum high. Naughty Dog, the studio that developed the game, was coming off the highly successful Uncharted 2, and people were very excited to see what the studio could do next. And when The Last of Us released, it was one of the biggest launches at the time, but what happened next was even crazier. The game would go on to sell more than double what they sold in the first week over the next two, largely because of the continuing hype and one particular opening that was talked about long after the game debuted. If you played the first Last of Us, you remember Hometown, the very first chapter of which is largely considered one of the great video game openings of all time. Ironically enough, it was the same opening that caught many people's attention and allowed the game to continue to grow in popularity as it did. And it seems HBO just found a way to capture lightning in a bottle twice. Say what you want about the rest of the episode, but the first 40 minutes were near perfect storytelling, and dare I say, HBO even improved on it in certain areas. From the building tension to the craziness of not having any idea of what's going on as society starts to fall apart, the show, like the game, grips you almost instantaneously. And now that one episode has released, HBO is primed and ready to strike while the iron is hot. It shows the power of a good pilot and just how good that can be for the marketing of a show overall. Now we just need to hope it stays that way.